For 5,000 years, Stonehenge has stood in silence, a testament to humanity's ancient ingenuity. But what if everything we thought we knew about it is wrong? What if, hidden deep beneath its stone circle, lies a secret so shocking, so monumental, that it changes everything? AI has just uncovered something beneath Stonehenge that defies explanation, and scientists are still reeling from the implications. Get ready, because what you're about to hear could rewrite history. Stonehenge, an ancient monument that has captivated humanity for thousands of years. Located on the Salisbury Plain, this ring of massive stones, some weighing up to 40 tons, has sparked endless theories about its purpose. Over time, scholars have speculated that it was a temple for worship, a giant solar calendar, or even a burial ground. Yet, despite centuries of research and exploration, no one has ever fully understood why Stonehenge was built, or how it was constructed with such precision. For centuries, people have tried to crack its code. Some believe it was a place of druidic rituals. Others think it could have been used by ancient astronomers to track the movements of the sun and stars. And there are those who even speculate that it might have been a landing site for UFOs or an alien outpost. The fascination with Stonehenge has only grown as more discoveries are made, yet these theories, however creative, still fall short of offering a definitive answer. What's most puzzling, however, is how a primitive culture, lacking written language, advanced tools, or technology, managed to move and erect these massive stones, no matter how many excavations were conducted. We kept hitting a wall. Archaeologists dug, they used ground-penetrating radar, and yet they found only burials, post holes, and ceremonial pathways. But what if we've been looking in the wrong places all along? What if the real answers don't lie in the stones themselves, but beneath the earth, hidden deep within the very land that Stonehenge stands on? It's only now, thanks to cutting-edge AI technology, that we've begun to uncover the real secret of Stonehenge, and the implications are staggering. The discovery AI has made beneath the stones is unlike anything we've ever seen, and it might just change everything we thought we knew about our ancient ancestors. For years, researchers have used traditional methods to probe the mystery of Stonehenge, digging, scanning, and analyzing with the best technology available. But it wasn't until recently that a groundbreaking new tool came into play: artificial intelligence. When combined with deep seismic resonance imaging, AI opened up a new frontier in archaeology, offering scientists an unprecedented way to look beneath the surface. Seismic resonance imaging uses low-frequency waves to probe the Earth's crust, sending vibrations deep into the ground and listening for echoes. These waves bounce back from different layers, allowing researchers to create a 3D map of the geology below, revealing structures hidden far beneath the surface. But with this technique, one major challenge arose: the sheer amount of data generated. A single scan of the Stonehenge landscape produced more information than the Library of Congress. It was overwhelming, chaotic, and far too complex for humans to process on their own. Enter Clio, an advanced AI specifically designed for this task. Clio wasn't just a supercomputer, it was programmed to think like an archaeologist, looking for patterns, symmetry, and anomalies in the data that could reveal hidden secrets. Its creators fed it terabytes of seismic data, allowing it to sift through millions of years of geological history, looking for signs that didn't belong. At first, it seemed like just another massive data set, but then something remarkable happened. The AI detected faint, recurring patterns in the data, anomalies buried deep below the surface that shouldn't have been there. These signals, initially undetectable by human eyes, were something extraordinary. They hinted at a hidden structure beneath Stonehenge, one far larger and more complex than anything we could have imagined. What Cleo found wasn't just another artifact or stone structure, it was a blueprint. A massive, ancient design. The secret beneath Stonehenge was far more than we could ever have expected, and it was just the beginning of an astonishing revelation. As Cleo processed the seismic data, what began as faint, scattered echoes soon coalesced into a coherent structure, a grid so vast that it stretched over an area several miles in diameter, buried hundreds of feet beneath Stonehenge. This wasn't just a natural formation or random geological anomaly, it was a deliberate, geometric design that defied conventional understanding. The grid consisted of concentric rings, meticulously arranged, intersected by massive radiating spokes like the gears of an ancient clock. These rings were not haphazardly placed or the result of geological processes. They formed a carefully engineered system. The precision of the design was unlike anything that could be explained by the natural world. The structure was, without question, man-made. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. How could a civilization, with no written records or advanced technology, construct something so intricate and immense? The scale was unlike any known ancient structure, and it suggested a level of planning and engineering far beyond what we'd previously attributed to prehistoric cultures. At a depth of 300 feet, far deeper than any known Neolithic activity, this grid was positioned with Stonehenge at its precise center. The fact that Stonehenge, the very site that has baffled researchers for centuries, was positioned in the exact middle of this extraordinary structure hinted at its central role in whatever this grid was designed for. But the question remained: what was its purpose? The further Cleo delved into the data, the clearer it became that this was no ordinary discovery. This ancient grid was a masterpiece, and Stonehenge was just a small part of a much larger and far more complex system. As the AI continued its analysis, the magnitude of the finding began to unfold, revealing that what lay beneath Stonehenge was far more than just a monument. It was part of something much bigger, an ancient enigma that had remained hidden for thousands of years. As Cleo sifted through the seismic data with ever-increasing precision, a clearer image emerged from the digital noise. What had initially seemed like an anomaly in the data slowly transformed into something far more significant. A colossal blueprint, spanning miles beneath the Earth's surface, with Stonehenge at its exact center. This was no ordinary construction. The design that Cleo uncovered was vast and intricate. Concentric rings, vast spokes radiating outward, and symmetrical patterns that suggested more than just a simple layout. It was a massive, ancient structure, perfectly circular in shape, a system of monumental scale that dwarfed the Stonehenge we thought we understood. The rings and lines weren't random. They had purpose, intention, and a logic that defied the known capabilities of any ancient civilization. For the first time, the idea of Stonehenge as a mere monument seemed inadequate. It wasn't the entire creation, it was the centerpiece. It had always seemed odd that such a simple stone circle could have been the focus of so much intrigue, but this discovery cast the monument in a new light. Stonehenge, with its towering stones and precise alignment, now appeared to be just a small part of something much greater. Something buried beneath the soil, far older and far more sophisticated than we had imagined. The scale of the discovery was breathtaking. The grid beneath Stonehenge was over 2 miles in diameter. To put that into perspective, it was a structure so large that it could have easily been lost to history if not for the new AI technology. This wasn't a city. There were no walls or buildings, no evidence of habitation. Instead, it was something altogether different, and it was just beginning to reveal its secrets. the discovery raised a terrifying possibility. What if Stonehenge, the stone circle we've admired for centuries, wasn't the point of focus at all? What if it was merely a part of a machine far beyond our understanding? As Cleo's analysis of the data deepened, something else startling emerged. The very materials making up this subterranean grid weren't ordinary earth and rock. The AI revealed that the massive rings and spokes of the structure were composed of two specific minerals, each with remarkable properties: crystalline quartz and a dense iron-rich rock known as ferrocrete. Crystalline quartz, known for its ability to generate an electrical charge when subjected to pressure, a phenomenon called piezoelectricity, was scattered throughout the grid. This material was no accident. The choice of quartz was purposeful. It could act as a capacitor, storing and amplifying energy. Its unique properties allowed it to respond to external forces, making it an essential part of whatever mechanism was being built. Alongside the quartz, the grid's structure contained layers of ferrocrete, a material highly sensitive to magnetic fields. This magnetic sensitivity suggested that the grid wasn't just a passive structure, it was designed to interact with the Earth's natural electromagnetic forces. The combination of these two materials pointed to something far more complex than simple architecture. What Cleo was uncovering wasn't a mere ancient construction. It was the skeleton of a massive machine. The discovery of these materials wasn't just a coincidence. It hinted at an intentional design, one that sought to harness and manipulate natural forces. The piezoelectric properties of quartz and the magnetic sensitivity of ferrocrete couldn't be ignored. Together, they formed a highly sophisticated system, one that could have been used to concentrate and amplify energy. This was no ordinary monument, no simple circle of stones. The grid beneath Stonehenge seemed to be an engineered system, designed to interact with the Earth's energy in a way that we are only just beginning to understand. It wasn't just built to survive or to connect people, it was built to channel and control the planet's most powerful forces. And the AI's analysis was only beginning to reveal the true scale of its capabilities. The more Cleo analyzed the grid beneath Stonehenge, the clearer its purpose became. It wasn't just a structure to be admired from the surface. The stone circle, which had long been considered the central focus of the site, was, in fact, the focal point of this ancient system. Stonehenge, it seemed, was not just a monument. It was the control panel, the place where all the energy converged. The positioning of the sarsen stones, those massive, towering blocks of rock, wasn't random. Cleo's analysis suggested that these stones acted as giant tuning forks, placing pressure on the Earth's crust and activating the piezoelectric properties of the crystalline quartz beneath the ground. The immense weight of the stones amplified the energy stored in the grid, essentially charging it. The blue stones, known for their high quartz content, were strategically placed to channel and direct this energy, acting like guides for the flow of energy within the system. For centuries, scientists and historians had marveled at the precision with which Stonehenge aligned with the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. But this new understanding of Stonehenge's purpose shed a different light on its astronomical alignments. It wasn't simply tracking the cosmos for ritualistic purposes. It was engineered to interact with the planet's geomagnetic field, to amplify it, and to harness the power of the Earth's natural energies. This was a structure designed with a purpose far more complex than we could have ever imagined. The idea that Stonehenge could have been built to function as part of a greater machine, designed to channel and focus the Earth's energy, shifted everything we thought we knew. What was Stonehenge really built for? The more Cleo uncovered, the more the purpose of the stone circle began to emerge, not as a religious or ceremonial site, but as the control center of a massive, dormant machine capable of manipulating the planet's electromagnetic forces. And the question now was, what was it all meant to do? As Cleo continued to process the data, the theory that began to emerge was nothing short of extraordinary. What if Stonehenge, this ancient marvel of engineering, was never meant to be a temple, a calendar, or a burial site? What if it was something much more monumental? What if it was part of a planetary defense system designed to protect Earth from cosmic threats? The seismic grid uncovered beneath Stonehenge suggested that this colossal structure wasn't just an energy collector. It was designed to harness and amplify the Earth's natural magnetic field. As Cleo analyzed the data further, the purpose of this system began to crystallize. Stonehenge was built to protect the planet from catastrophic solar flares. Solar flares, massive bursts of radiation from the sun, can disrupt the Earth's magnetic field, causing widespread devastation. In modern times, we rely on our magnetic field to shield us from harmful solar radiation. But what if, thousands of years ago, our ancestors faced a time when the sun's activity was far more dangerous than anything we experience today? What if they understood that in order to survive, they needed to build a defense system capable of reinforcing Earth's magnetic shield? Cleo's models suggested that the grid beneath Stonehenge could generate a powerful electromagnetic field, one capable of enhancing the planet's natural defenses against solar storms. The immense energy generated by the grid would create a temporary protective shield, reinforcing the Earth's magnetic field and deflecting harmful radiation. This wasn't just an architectural feat. It was a geoengineering marvel designed to protect life on Earth from cosmic annihilation. The AI's findings painted a chilling picture of a civilization that not only understood the forces of nature, but had the advanced knowledge to manipulate them. Stonehenge wasn't built by primitive people. It was constructed by survivors, using advanced technology to ensure the survival of their world. And the question remained, what kind of threat did they face, and how close were they to losing everything? The more Cleo revealed about the purpose of Stonehenge and its intricate geoengineering function, the more it became clear the civilization that built this immense system was far more advanced than we ever imagined. These weren't the primitive people we once thought them to be. They were survivors of a global catastrophe, using their knowledge of the Earth's natural forces to ensure their species' survival. This discovery raised an unsettling question. Who were these people, and why did they build such an extraordinary machine? What kind of knowledge did they possess to craft a system capable of manipulating the Earth's geomagnetic field? And why did they disappear, leaving only fragments of their knowledge behind? The answers may lie in the time period the grid was constructed, around 3000 BC. Paleoclimatic records, ice core samples, and astronomical data suggest that this was a period of extreme solar instability. During this time, the Earth was pummeled by a series of catastrophic solar storms, Carrington-level events, massive flares so powerful they could wipe out entire civilizations if the planet's magnetic shield were to fail. The civilization that built Stonehenge may have been facing extinction, and their response was nothing short of brilliant. They created a defense system that could protect the Earth's fragile magnetic field, giving them a chance to survive. They were not just building for themselves, they were building for the future. But what happened to them after the threat passed? The knowledge of how to operate the system was likely lost over time. The civilization that once built such a monumental machine could have faded into myth, leaving behind only vague stories and rituals to remember their purpose. The solar threat subsided, and the knowledge of Stonehenge's true purpose was buried, forgotten. Now, with Cleo's revelations, We are beginning to understand what they left behind. But it raises more questions than answers. What did they know that we've lost, and why did they vanish? The truth, it seems, is buried not only beneath Stonehenge, but in the depths of history itself. As Cleo's analysis unfolded, a disturbing and exhilarating thought began to take shape. What if Stonehenge wasn't an isolated anomaly, but part of a much larger, global system of ancient structures, each one designed for a similar purpose? The question wasn't just about Stonehenge anymore. It was about the possibility that the knowledge behind it, the incredible scientific understanding it represented, could have been shared by other civilizations around the world. The idea that Stonehenge was part of a larger, interconnected network of ancient sites isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. Researchers have long speculated about the possible connections between megalithic structures, such as the pyramids of Giza, the lines of Nazca, and the temples of Göbekli Tepe, and their possible role in astronomical or geomagnetic alignments. Could these sites all have been linked, not just by their symbolic or ritualistic purposes, but by their design to manipulate or enhance natural forces? Imagine a network of colossal ancient machines, each one built to channel and amplify the Earth's natural energy, scattered across the planet. From the Egyptian pyramids, with their incredible precision and alignment with the stars, to the mysterious lines carved into the ground in Peru, each of these sites might have been part of a coordinated effort to protect or stabilize the Earth in ways we have yet to fully understand. Were they all built by the same civilization, or was this knowledge shared across cultures, passed down from one group to the next, like a global blueprint for survival? If Stonehenge is indeed part of a vast, ancient network of geoengineering sites, then the implications are staggering. These structures weren't just monuments. They were instruments of power, designed to shape the very forces of nature itself. And as Cleo's analysis of Stonehenge continues to unlock new possibilities, one thing becomes abundantly clear. We may have been misreading the ancient world for centuries. The history we've known might be just the tip of the iceberg. The more Cleo revealed about the purpose of the ancient grid beneath Stonehenge, the more it became clear. This colossal structure wasn't just designed to protect Earth from cosmic threats. It was also a message, a beacon sent into the vast expanse of space. As the AI continued to analyze the data, something extraordinary emerged. A faint, recurring signal embedded within the electromagnetic patterns of the grid. This wasn't a random anomaly. It was a deliberate, structured sequence that could only be interpreted as a form of communication. The AI's final hypothesis was as mind-boggling as it was thrilling. Stonehenge and the grid beneath it weren't just designed to shield the planet. They were created to send a distress signal across the cosmos. This vast electromagnetic structure, with its resonance and energy amplification, could have been a planetary broadcast system, reaching out to any advanced civilizations capable of hearing the signal. The idea that ancient humans might have built such a complex communication system raises profound questions about our understanding of history. Were our ancestors calling out for help? Were they trying to connect with extraterrestrial beings, or perhaps warning others of a cosmic catastrophe? The signal itself, encoded in the very structure of the grid, seemed to carry the imprint of intelligence far beyond our own. This revelation shifts our perception of ancient civilizations. What if the builders of Stonehenge weren't just focused on survival in the face of solar disaster? What if they were also trying to make contact with something, someone, out there in the stars? And if this message was sent, where is the response? The implications are staggering. Could Stonehenge have been more than just a survival mechanism? Was it a call to the cosmos, a plea for rescue, or a warning about the fragility of our world? As the research team continues to sift through the findings, one thing becomes undeniable. The story of Stonehenge is far from over. The mystery is deeper than we could have ever imagined, and the answers are still waiting to be uncovered.